Greetings and welcome. My name is Robin Chaffin. I'm the Champion Business Development Manager, and today I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to request a parts RA or return authorization through Solution Navigator. Here you'll see an agenda of just some high points I'm going to go through as we make our request. RA scenarios, kind of maybe some reasons, circumstances, or situations that you might encounter as to why you would need to request a parts RA, along with the expectations for those parts that you're requesting for, and kind of some required information to have ready or have handy as you're making your request. We'll go exactly where in Solution Navigator to make that request, along with the steps that you need to follow to make the request a successful request. Once you've made your request, what to expect next, along with communications and next steps. We want to put you in the driver's seat so that you have control over your request and know where it is at every step of the way. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and let us know. So let's jump into Solution Navigator. And first, some reasons or circumstances, situations that you might have when you're making a request or that you would need a request. Maybe you ordered the wrong thing. Maybe you received the wrong thing. Maybe you got too much or not enough of something. There's all kinds of reasons that you would need to request a parts RA. One reason that you would not want to use is if something is damaged. There may be outstanding circumstances where warranty or maybe technical services wants you to return something that's damaged, but normally Source One does not want damaged parts returned. So if you have something damaged, you'll want to call into Source One, and at the end of this, I'll give you all the contact information that you'll need. But for the most part, anything that's not damaged, the wrong thing, someone else's stuff, too much, not enough, those are typically the reasons why you would want to request an RA. So we're in Solution Navigator. Let's go to where we make that request. So there's two ways to get there. You can drop down orders from the top, and we're going to go to return authorization, or you can go to applications and go to orders and then go to return authorization. Both ways take you to the same place, so it's purely up to you. I'm going to drop down orders from the top and go to return authorization. If this is your first time seeing this screen, it is a little confusing, but on this screen, we're not going to enter anything. So kind of disregard this top information. The way we're going to enter the request is the Submit RA. So we're just clicking into RA. And then the first step, request type, we're going to drag this down to parts. Source One typically has an annual return program. That's going to be kind of a different process here, but for now, we're just going to drop this down to parts because we want to make sure that the information we're requesting all matches all the way through. So reason for return, we kind of talked about that a little bit, kind of the circumstances, situations, wrong material number. If it is not what the box says, that would be a wrong material number. Customer error, maybe your customer gave you the wrong information and you need to return the part. That would be customer error. Error in order entry, you ordered this, but you received this. Customer surplus, you have extra of this item or you no longer need this item. That would be customer surplus. If it's a refused shipment, it's always helpful to request an RA. That way you have the request in the system. That way, once it's refused, it gets back to Source One. They have an RA on file. They can make that matchup and get your credit to you. We're going to skip annual return. Quality, recall, replacement goods. I did mention that maybe tech services or some other department warranty wants you to return something. That would fall under this category. We're going to skip damaged in transit because we don't want to return any damaged parts. quantity discrepancy. If you receive too many of something or not enough and need to return them, you can use that category for that. So I'm just going to leave it at wrong material number. So now we have 3 categories here that you see are starred. Sales document, that's going to be your source one order number. Typically it starts with a 30. Purchase order number, that's your purchase order number that you use to order directly from source one. Billing document, that's going to be your invoice number. Now you'll see each of those 3 fields are starred. You actually don't need to fill in all 3. If you want to, you are more than welcome to fill in all 3, but you really just need 1. So let's say you have that invoice in your hand, put the invoice number in your billing document, and then you're good to go. If you have the sales document number, you're welcome to put that in as well. Or in my case, I'm just going to enter in my PO number. Your reference, this can be anything that you want to include. Maybe it's the customer, maybe it's a job, any additional information you want to put in there, you are more than welcome. It's not a required field, but you can use it if you wish. On the notes, you want to be as detailed as possible here. This information is actually used by upper management, whether or not to apply a restocking fee. So as much information as you can include here is best. If you want to include, anything in here, that is what you want to do. Under the brand, you want to select, even though your equipment may be Champion or Guardian, for parts returns, you're going to want to request Source One as your brand. Your email should automatically populate, as mine has here. And then the way we're going to proceed with our request is we're going to click this download to Excel. It makes no sense, but that's how we're going to actually proceed with our request. So I'm going to click download to Excel, and it's going to pop open this box here to where I can put in what item I actually want to return. If you don't have a correct number, if your invoice doesn't match, if you have equipment instead of parts, it may say something, customer PO not found, customer order not found, billing document not found. All that information has to jive. So you want to make sure that your request type is parts and that you have a parts order, PO, or invoice number that you can reference back that you ordered directly from Source One. So this is going to pop open our box to put in what we want to return. And I'm going to put in here, and I just want to return 1. And then once I have what I want in there, I'm going to add the line. And it would help if I put in the correct. There we go. Let's try that again. If it's not on the PO or it's an incorrect part number, it will let you know, as it let me know there. So I'm going to try this again, add line. This time it took it. Note that any parts that you want to request to return must be within the calendar year. So anything from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, typically they don't want those items back, along with anything that's obsolete. The system actually won't let you return anything that's obsolete. And that's what this S2 is. So S2 is letting us know we're good to go. It's a good active part number. It's going to let us return that. So you can make any updates, or if you want to delete the line, you can make any changes that you want. But if your request looks good, what you're going to do here is you're going to click download to Excel again. A pop-up box is going to come up just letting you know, hey, this is your request. If it looks good to you, once you hit OK, no changes can be made. So I'm going to click OK. And then what happens is it gives you exactly what you typed in to return. It gives you, the information that you supplied along with this return document number. This is actually your return request number. Now, what to expect once you have made this request. SourceOne runs a report about a couple times a month for any request submitted through Solution Navigator. So if you're in a real hurry to get this returned, what I would suggest that you do or recommend is actually call in to SourceOne and let them know of this request number, this 405 number, and let them know, hey, I have this request, I need it approved. And they will actually send that to upper management to be reviewed, and then they can get an approval for you. Now, once it is approved, it will be sent to the email that submitted the request. So you want to make sure that you are in Solution Navigator under yourself so that you receive the approval once it is available. So you've received an approval. Now what? Well, on your approval, it should have where to send back that return authorization, where to send back that part. And what you're going to do is you're going to box that part up. You're going to make sure you include a copy of the approval that you received through email, and you'll send it back to SourceOne. Typically, I would say no sooner than a couple weeks. You're going to send that part back. They're going to review it. They're going to apply credit to that return document request, and then you will get notification that, hey, here's your credit number for that return request. If you have any questions, let me pull up. So this is the SourceOne contact guide. This is the 800 number that you're going to call once you have your request in, that 405 number. You're going to call this 800 number and say, hey, I have this request. Could you please escalate it to get approval? That's the number you're going to call. If you have anything that's non-urgent, if you have an RA request, let's say you're kind of through this and it's just not working out for you, you'll want to include this information, but you're welcome to email them. You're going to actually email this UPG SourceOne Logistics at jci.com. That's going to be for your return authorization request, but they will need all of this information. So it is handy if you can get it requested through Solution Navigator. That way there's no back and forth, but we understand that things happen and not everything jives. So if you need to email SourceOne with the information, you are more than welcome to do so. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. My name is Robin Chaffin, Champion Business Development Manager. My email is robin, ROBYN, .e, like Edward, .chaffin, CHAFFIN, @jci.com, and I'm more than happy to help you at any time. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.